Hey, what's up everybody? Michael here with episode 5 of the Roundtable. With me this week, Don Smyle of Smyle Marketing and Media, and Jeremy Lange. So, guys, we just got back from Chicago. How'd it go?
Overall, I think it was a good weekend. Thriving on the car, 32nd place finish after a 32nd place start after a rained out qualifying. So hard fought day for the guys. Tried a lot of things during practice and the race. Didn't all go the way we wanted to, but I think Wally and Michael, the crew, and all the guys working on the car put their heart into it. And at the end of the day, 32nd for us, not great, but not bad.
Yeah, I mean, a good start to the chase overall for Ford. We struggled a little bit, but fellow Ford teammate Brad got his win and guaranteed on to the second round. This last weekend, Joey just got guaranteed on.
Yep. It's good to see.
Good for the Penske boys. Yep.
Yeah. So then we got Dover this weekend, and then Kansas coming up, which we will be at. What are y'all expecting for Kansas?
Well, I think it's another 1.5 mile track, so I think it'll be a good opportunity for us to use the learnings from Atlanta and Chicago to adapt and change and get better, and use the dyno time and the K-rig time to try and use all that learning to get the car as good as possible so that Kansas is successful. We tested that earlier this year, so that'll be hopefully some good knowledge there, and I think Wally and Michael will put together a good plan, and we'll have a good showing. Yeah,
definitely looking forward to going. So it's just you going this weekend?
Yep.
So the rest of us will be watching from home, and
I'm
getting ready to head to what's next? Talladega. Talladega's next.
Yeah, here we go. Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte.
Yeah, and in fact, we're if you're not aware, we're doing 6 of the last 7 actually. So we won't go to Martinsville, but we will be at Texas Phoenix Homestead.
Yep. So it's our own little mini chase as we end the year.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your tickets yet, go get them. Come see us.
No, I see. Yeah, it'll be good. Definitely looking forward to that. So.
And we got Dover coming up this weekend, the last round of the knockout round, right before they go down to 12.
Yeah, down to 12.
So they got Joey and Brad, as you said, are in, and they got one more on the win potentially, and then the rest will be put together by points. So it'll be interesting to see this weekend. It's going to be a short track, monster mile, bringing some excitement.
Dover is. I don't think they could have picked a better track
I agree.
than the last knockout for this round, because it's so unpredictable. It's a self-cleaning racetrack, which means everybody that starts at the top will always go to the bottom. So there's always a chance that even if you're running a half a lap behind the accident, you still have a chance of being in it as you come around the turn, because the cars are always going to go to the bottom and there's nowhere to go. The track is very narrow.
Just avoid the concrete.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of hard. So yeah, I mean, from an excitement standpoint, I think it's going to be a great race, and I think what we've seen is those individuals that are on the cusp or on the outside looking in, are going to be pushing that much harder, which is going to make it that much more exciting. So
you see a lot of tricks and a lot of crazy things happening where people are going to push the envelope and try and go as far as they can on gas and tires just to make that extra point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. I mean, this last weekend was a lot the same way with some of those guys. Obviously, Eric with the engine failure at Chicago. I mean, had a tremendous race last weekend. Moving his way up, he closed a lot of that gap and has given himself an opportunity to get back in. And
for sure.
Biffle's sitting in a pretty good spot right now. So overall, the Fords are looking pretty good so far.
I was actually surprised how many of the chase contenders had problems. It was every single time there was an accident on the track, it was a chase contender. But I will give props to Kyle Busch's team, because those guys had problems early on. They still managed to salvage a top 10 finish.
Yeah, with duct tape as their sponsor.
Basically the car, completely wrapped in duct tape, and it just shows the level of competition and how important it is to finish the races.
I think they finished 8th.
Yeah, so no different. Keselowski did the same thing.
Right.
Turned it around,
hit the wall, and
knocked the left side, and finished I think 4th.
4th, yeah. It's kudos to those types of teams that can persevere through the struggles and pull out top 10 finishes in times that matter. And it's great to see, because the points really matter now.
That's exactly right.
I mean, and wins matter, but the points matter even more because you're trying to get through that next round based on points because only 3 guys get through on wins.
Yeah, and actually points now are like wins, where before everybody was points racing just to get to the end of the year. Now you have to conceivably points race / win in order to get to the next round. So, I mean, it's completely different.
And then start over again.
Yeah. So points are almost like wins now. It's that important.
No, it's going to be exciting. It'll be good. It'll make it'll make for a really good TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, we have one question this week. Let me see if I can find it here. All right, so we have a question from one of our friends from Germany. She asks, which track we think we have the best chance to get a good result at?
I don't think it's really a track. I think it's a style of racing, and it's probably restrictor plate. Talladega and Daytona offer the best chance. It kind of brings the field down together, evens the playing field, and I think that's where we've had our 2 best finishes, 2 top 10s. We've had a 9th and a 7th. 9th in Talladega 2013 and a 7th this past July in Daytona. So I think the restrictor plate really offers that, and it brings the smaller teams up, and it gives us the chance.
Yeah. I think another strong one for us are road courses.
Yeah.
We typically have a good car there. That's Michael's background, so he's pretty good there. So we expect kind of a top 20 day, top 15, and we're well on the way to that in Watkins Glen as we talked about.
I think anywhere that Michael's comfortable racing,
oh yeah,
it gives a good shot, but it also the form of racing itself, and I think just the opportunity where we can get as much of an advantage as possible, and those are the tracks that will probably offer that.
Yeah, and I would say the restrictor plate aspect is what makes you successful at a restrictor plate race is not only luck, which plays a big part in it, but being smart. And Michael's a smart race car driver, so this past Daytona race, he knew there was going to be trouble, and he saw that, he backed off, he put himself in a position not to get caught up in it, and so that, it's not just about how you can get to the front, who gets to the front, it's being smart enough to know when not to be there.
Yeah, I also think having trust in your spotter plays a lot into that also, and I think the relationship that he and Dave have worked through the last 2 or 3 months with. I think Daytona was the first race he was
Daytona was his first race. Yeah.
So they built a strong relationship. So we're excited to go back to Talladega for that just reason.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's all the questions we had. So fantasy football.
Do we have to talk about it?
Yeah, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hurting a little bit.
Oh, yeah, hurting.
Done.
Quit.
Hashtag
Well,
quit.
I actually lost my round this weekend, although my Seahawks did win, so it's kind of a plus and minus, but I'm getting educated on how to actually play fantasy football because this is the first time I've done
How to set your lineup.
Some basic stuff that I didn't understand.
You start 9.
Including the defense, which you did not do this weekend.
Your game this week.
Yeah, it did.
But you lost to the owner, so
I guess there are worse things.
It's pros and cons, right?
You're welcome, Melinda.
I know the Seahawks won last week, but 2 weeks ago
we lost.
Yeah, you lost.
Yeah, we lost. We lost. Yeah,
to the San Diego Superchargers.
I have to give props where props are due because the Chargers played a heck of a game, and we just didn't bring the intensity. And that's what I said after the first win. It's a long season. Let's see how we do on the road. We typically don't play as well on the road. Both of our wins thus far have been at home, so we'll see.
Well, fantasy's the same way. It's a long season.
Yeah.
But starting out 0-3 is not the way you ride it up.
Nah, you're pretty done.
It's a big hole.
It's a
big hole to get yourself out of.
Yeah. Well, y'all talk about San Diego and Seattle. I don't think anybody's surprised to see one win, one lose. I mean, come on. My Cowboys, man. We actually pulled one out for once.
From behind.
From behind.
Yeah.
You were playing St. Louis.
Hey, I'll take it.
I think they have like a high school quarterback starting.
Probably. Yeah, and we barely got it.
And you have a college quarterback starting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was
actually
surprised.
They were down 21 points, I think, in the first quarter. I saw that. I was like, oh, Romo being Romo again.
Yeah,
well, they threw a pick 6 and they still won.
I actually get to relax this weekend because my Seahawks are
You're in a bye.
They're in a bye,
Yeah.
and so I can actually just enjoy the games.
So do I. The Chargers play the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So it's like a bye.
Hurts me a little bit because I have Russell as my quarterback. I do feel good though because I'm playing him.
Wow!
Ouch!
So
1-3 is going to feel so sweet.
Yeah.
0-4. I'm really done.
Yes.
Put a fork in me.
Your saving grace is my backup quarterback's Ben Roethlisberger, who is...
It's true. We'll see. We'll see. Big Ben. He's tough to bring down, but my team is terrible. I have the team of underperformers.
You really do, because you don't. It's not like you have bad players.
I can't pick anyone up because if I got to drop, in my mind, a good player.
And the moment you do, they'll get 40 points for somebody.
Right, of course. That's why I need to have a conversation, sit down. I'm a great GM, terrible coach. Or even a worse trainer because they're all hurt.
Well, maybe you should look at the baseball playoffs. Maybe that's where you need to be. Yeah.
Are they actually still playing baseball?
I don't know. Are they?
I think it starts next week's playoffs.
Yeah.
It's Jeter's last game tonight, and he's going to get rained out.
Yeah.
You talk about hurting players. My last 3 weeks, I've hurt running backs. Who I got? DeMarco Murray and Donald Brown, but I'd be real scared this week because I'm starting them.
Oh, don't play Donald Brown. I didn't even know if I could use a Charger.
I know the other two of the 3 other running backs I've hurt were Chargers. I had Woodhead and I had Matthews. And
So it's your
started
fault.
them both.
Okay.
By the way,
Yeah.
speaking of baseball, I know it's Jeter's last home game tonight in New York. They're expecting rain, and now there's big hoopla. They sold all these tickets for a lot of money for Jeter's last game. The Orioles don't have the right, I think, to turn down having to remake the game up if it's canceled.
Do you think they'd really do it though?
I don't know. The game will not play it.
Yeah. Do you think they would not make it up?
If they don't need to, they don't need to.
Yeah, but that's a lot of bad press.
But when are they going to play it? Monday?
Why not?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I think Jeter deserves it,
I absolutely do too.
and the fans deserve it who have paid the top dollar to go watch him play his last game.
I agree.
I got in a heated debate, I think yesterday or someone on Twitter. They said Jeter was the best shortstop of all time. I mean,
we don't even have time to go into that
I
discussion.
know, but all I said is longevity doesn't make someone the best shortstop of all time.
No. Anytime somebody's getting ready to retire and they've had a good career, they're somehow elevated to the best of all time
Cal Ripken,
status.
perfect example.
Everybody,
Right.
it's just the natural.
I mean, there are a
Discussion.
handful of guys, including Ozzie Smith,
Yeah.
who are far superior in the field than Derek Jeter. Now, leader, captain,
Right.
person, all that, top notch.
He's one of the
Respect.
best people that's ever played the game.
Respect.
Oh yeah.
And he's a long-time Yankee, did it in New York his entire career, won a handful of rings. There's no disrespect there whatsoever, but I'm not sure I put him at the top of the food chain as far as shortstops.
Oh, he's
Just 'cause he
definitely
played a long career.
definitely great.
Oh yeah, agreed.
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, saying he's the best is that's a big claim.
I mean, because there were a while there when he was playing that in the American League, you had Nomar, A-Rod, and Jeter all playing short. Now, granted, Nomar didn't play a long career, and A-Rod had some suspicions. But if numbers, at the time, he wasn't the best shortstop playing the game then, how can he be the best shortstop of all time over the longevity of his
I
career?
mean, that applies to NASCAR too. I mean, Richard Petty was the greatest of all time, and then some would debate that it was David Pearson, and then Jeff Gordon comes along.
And now Jimmy Johnson.
And says Jeff Gordon was the best of all time. No, it's Dale Earnhardt because he won 7 championships. Well, so did Richard Petty, but Pearson won 105 races. Well, Petty won 200, but then Jimmy Johnson comes along and wins 6 championships,
Right,
so he's
in a
the
row.
greatest ever. Oh, is it Kyle Petty because he's won 200 races in all the divisions,
Right.
which nobody else has ever done. So it's all subjective, and it's all based on interpretation. So I would agree with you. He's not the greatest, but we don't have time to discuss why.
It's just curious.
Yeah.
To your point, I think when someone's coming to the end of their career, they're elevated to the status that
Right.
people forget of everyone else behind that came before them and will come after them.
Right.
I mean, I think what makes him special is he's played his entire career as a New York Yankee
I think that's incredible.
and shortstop.
Right.
I mean,
You know,
how many people can say that
And
in any sport?
and I think he's
Not
one
in
of-
this day and age, for
No,
sure.
impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, even Peyton Manning got, he goes off and plays with, end his career as the Broncos.
Right.
I'd say even Emmett Smith
Yeah,
went off, played for Arizona for a couple years.
Wow, I forgot about that.
broke the record as a Cardinal, didn't he? The rushing record.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But he goes in the Hall of Fame as a Cowboy. So that's the part about the guys like Jeter and Tony Gwynn. They play their entire career with one team, even Cal Ripken. And then he didn't miss a game,
No.
which, that's a whole different level. So, but you're right, we don't have enough time to keep going into this. or have the history to explain it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, but it'll be interesting. I hope they get the game in. I'm planning on watching.
Yeah, not a Yankee fan, but I think Jeter, like I said, is a class act and deserves to go out with the showcase of playing in front of his fans for the last so many years.
Absolutely.
Well, and I just want to say he's an example of what's right with sports when there's so much that's wrong, and especially in this day and age.
Yeah, and that's where I think he should be showcased for that, on top of being a great player.
Right.
Yeah, definitely the man made the player, not the other way around, I think.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Good. That's a good phrase.
seen any good movies lately?
Theater, no. 2 kids gets expensive because you got to pay for the movie and the babysitter.
Ugh.
Yeah. But I rented on the plane the other night The Longest Week with Jason Bateman. Very good one. I know you just saw a Jason Bateman movie.
Yeah, in fact I did. I just saw This Is Where I Leave You. Ken and I went up to the theater there in Davidson, had dinner and a movie, and absolutely hysterical. I mean, the thing about it is a lot of the situations that they put in the movie for the family are absolutely believable. Like, you could really see that happening to a family. It's absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, he is. He's a funny man.
He really is. He really is. I mean...
Yeah, the last movie I saw with him was The Switch with Jennifer Aniston, and I thought that was really good. I haven't seen the new one yet, but yeah, I don't go out to a lot of movies. We typically stay home and rent them on pay-per-view or whatever, Netflix, because it's cheaper. You can pause it.
Yeah.
You know?
You can fall asleep in the morning.
You can watch it in the morning.
Popcorn and soda's cheaper.
Yeah, so, but to those people who enjoy going to the movie theater, God bless you. Have fun.
I say we don't go that often, but it was one of those we really wanted to see this movie.
Treatment you get to go though, you know. So
yeah, I think this weekend we're going to catch up on one that we missed. We're going to watch the Wolverine.
Okay.
The one where he's over in Japan.
Yep, saw that.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Haven't seen it yet, so
This is my favorite time of year because all the new TV shows come out.
True.
So last night was The Blacklist, which is by far one of my favorite shows on
that's
TV.
one of the ones we watch every week.
Haven't
too.
seen
What an actor!
Yeah, guy's great.
I mean, it's comical, serious, and evil at the same time.
It's hard to believe he actually used to be one of the Brat Pack.
That's what I was going to
back in
say.
the
Yeah,
80s.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
But you know, everybody grows up, so
It becomes evil, I guess.
it's a good show.
But helpful.
It's a good show.
So it's good. This is I enjoy the new season of TV more so than probably going to the movies because it's something like you said, you can watch it on your own time.
Because I think one that I'm going to get into, I haven't before, but I saw a preview a couple of days ago. It really kind of turned me on to it. Makes me want to see it. Is that was it Key and Peele on Comedy Central?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I saw the advertisement. I know you.
I've seen. I mean, I've heard of. It's been on a few years, I think. Never gone and watched it, but I saw an ad for an episode the other day that I was like, okay, I want to go check this out. This looks pretty funny.
Well, that's what's great about DVRs. You can record everything in the world. If you don't like it, just delete it. Move on.
Friday Night's Hawaii 5-0. That's my guilty pleasure. So
Old school.
old school.
Old school, new school.
It is. I wish they'd bring back Magnum PI. That'd be really old school new school also.
One of my favorites.
I own every season of DVD.
Such old men.
Yeah.
It's true, you know?
We have to have a Magnum PI trivia.
We should.
Because I'm telling you, be all over it.
You know, his little trivia for that, he was actually set to star in Indiana Jones, Tom Selleck.
Really?
But Magnum PI, the production crew would not let him get out of it. So Harrison Ford then was cast.
I'd heard that.
Little known fact.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tom Selleck crush. So,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Baseball. Great movie.
All right.
We digress.
Yeah, we're into man crushes now. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before Jeremy goes off on any more of his man crushes, y'all have anything else to talk about?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Kansas, and we'll see you all soon.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Hawks.
We can cut the man crush piece.